Good morning, my name's Tom Wills from Axopar London Group, and I'm here today with my colleague Steve from Axopar London Group. We're going to give you a walkthrough of this stunning new Axopar 29 Suntop being displayed here at the 2024 Dusseldorf Boat Show. It really is fantastic to see this boat. It really is fantastic, isn't it, Steve?
It's fantastic, Tom.
It is. I said that about 3 times.
Shall we see if we can say fantastic at least 20
sorry.
times?
Well, I don't know what other words to use, Steve. It really is.
Let's talk about engines.
Yes, let's do that.
So this one's fitted with the V8, so 4.6 litre naturally aspirated V8 engine, critically acclaimed. Mercury are storming ahead with this engine block. This is really a cool engine. It's got that V8 sound, but it's the lightest engine in its class with this performance.
So smooth, isn't it?
Really smooth. For somebody who wants twin engines, they could have the 200 horsepower.
Yeah, which is again a really good option.
V6 engine.
Really nice engine.
And that's twin. You can have them in black or white. The really cool engine that I'm told by Axopar that makes this boat perform at its best is the new V10.
Yes.
So a 350 or a 400 horsepower V10 engine.
Yeah, nice.
And having driven them now, they sound spectacular.
So in addition to the engine different engine options, there's a couple of options on the layout of this boat which we're going to go through. But before we do that, let's just have a look at the transom, what we've got going on here. We've got these really nicely designed catches now on all the lockers. So you'll know from the 28, these fender storage boxes at the back are actually really, really useful. So it's great to have the option here with these catches now to lift these up. And this one here, you've got plenty deep enough, you've got your manual bilge pump, and you'll see here that it's gas assisted, so once it's up, it's really easy to get things in and out of there. And the floor here as well, we've got these catches which open up, and then that goes into a huge storage space. So if you actually look forward in there, you could easily get a wakeboard in there, potentially even a paddleboard, and it links up to the locker underneath the seating area.
You'd get a tender in there.
Yeah, you would. You get a rod tender,
outboard engine.
I think with this boat now, with its capability to go that bit further, we're getting more and more clients now want a life raft. And the problem on the 28 was, where do you put the life raft? Yeah. And actually, I think that is a great space to put a life raft in there, either a valise or a canister.
Easily accessible.
And then underneath there, you've got service space, so that's where your batteries go underneath the floor there. On the port side, you've also got your fender locker, and there is going to potentially be an option going forward to have sort of an outside wet bar there, isn't there?
Can I mention quality again?
Yeah, of course.
So look at this. Look at the quality of these finishings. This double line locker lid, double line locker here. What a beautifully executed piece of engineering.
It's great to see, and I think that's what I think, obviously you and I have worked in the industry for a long time, and I think it's great to see, and we really appreciate things like that. And I think this area here between the ski frame and the fender box is more space. I think that's probably easier to walk through there.
It feels huge.
Yeah, definitely. Let's dive forward now and start to have a look at what
handrail. This is really good.
Yeah, that's good.
You can imagine again, some of your guests are going to want to stand here, perhaps at slower speeds.
Yeah.
Lots of places to hold on to and feel really safe.
Yeah, very true. So let's have a look at the different layout of this seating area, shall we? I mean, it's so many different options here.
Amazing.
So this is in its first option here with your maximum seating around that dining table, and this gives you the ability to sit 3 on there, 2 on each side there.
For a 29-foot boat, I just can't believe this is here. It feels like we're on a 32, 34 foot.
Yeah, with the different options you can do with this backrest, it really does transform this base into a number of different options. If we lift this up slowly together, that lifts up really easy.
Oh, let's swap around, Tom. Should we dance?
And then you can actually then relocate that into those holes there. You just need to put the table down first. So then you just relocate that into there. Slides down nice and even, and then you've got this really nice arrangement where you can sit facing aft. And I really like this because you can sit as you're going along, or if you've got people water skiing or on ringos, facing aft.
Watching really water skiing.
Yeah, really nice. And then what we can do is you can actually put the table down. So let's just show how this works. So if you lift up your side there, Steve, and these are actually not very heavy, so really easy to store.
Wow, Tom, what a fantastic space.
It's just so many different options. So that is now, that's a great sun pad. You can still have people sitting at the stern there if you want to. Or you can actually now lift out this backrest here and create a day bed arrangement there. And if you're in the med, you've got the full shade over you with the Suntop.
Just such a versatile space. Having sunbathed on the aft cabin of the 28 with several people whilst running, you feel quite exposed because the cabin's higher. In here, you could have 4 of you quite comfortably sunbathing, laying. Let's
move further forward now. A big improvement on the new 29 Suntop is just, do you remember on the 28, you'll have seen in some of our videos, but when you're at the helm position, you've always got this awkwardness where the person driving has to move, can't go out to starboard, he has to come round to port. So by this new arrangement, yes, there's slightly more room on this port side, but on this starboard side, if you wanted to change drivers, or change skippers, it's much easier to do. Skipper can go this way.
Yeah.
The new captain can come forward. Big improvement, obviously, with the 28 Suntop or T-top, you couldn't actually open the roof. It was a fixed piece. So you've got a button here. So very much like the 37, you can now completely retract that roof.
Nearly took your wig with it, Tom.
Really,
Really
exactly.
sorry.
Exactly.
That could have been embarrassing.
Could have been embarrassing. And you've also got the new Simrad widescreen MFDs here, which is the first time I've seen them, and they're a bit different, and it's nice to see that something on that side of it's changing. Dash layout's very similar to the cabin, so you've got your real functionality with the buttons there. Same trim tab controller, which I really like, and it's really easy to use, especially with people that aren't used to boating. And then you've got your bow thruster controller down there.
I don't think we showed this on the cross cabin,
we didn't actually,
but let's show it on here. So you've got a really cool sink here, and you can have as an option refrigerated cool box in there, which obviously is not fitted to this boat.
And these seats still spin round, so going back to when we had the setup with the seating in the dining arrangement, you could actually then have potentially 7, 8, maybe even 9 people with bums on seats. So as you can see now, we put the table back into the full dining mode, and we've spun the helm and co-pilot seats round, and this I think again shows just how much space there is.
If I wanted to serve people drinks, if there's nobody sat in this seat, I can just lift the seat and access drinks. Really cool.
And then you've got those storage pockets either side of actually the helm area, which is quite a nice touch, just for putting bits and stuff in there.
Love the structure of this Suntop.
Yeah, I mean it's very open at sides. I mean I think this is quite clever how that's been put a long way aft, because that gives that huge opening both port and starboard side to gain access in. Yeah, very, very sensible. You've also got some storage underneath the floor here, so you can see here you've got the catches which lift up. You've got some storage in there as well.
Wow, it's deep.
Yeah, it goes a long way back, and that links back as well. You've got those huge lockers at the stern as well on the floor, which we spoke about earlier on. So just walking forward, as with the 29 cross cabin, it's super easy to do. So you've got a really high bulwark and the rail there coming forward, so it's super safe. And as with the 29 cross cabin, we've got the multi-storage underneath where I'm sat now. So you'd have seen that on there.
It feels really big for a 29 foot.
29 foot. It's so clever how it's all been
so versatile with these different entertaining spaces in this layout. Of course, there's different arrangements at the back.
Yeah,
you could have a multi-cabin, multi-storage. Sorry, you could have a wet bar. You could have the deck open if you didn't want. You don't have to have the U sofa at the back. If somebody wanted the aft cabin, then they'd get the individual forward-facing seats, like on the 28. So again, lots of options for buyers who want different things. This has to be the best layout here, Tom, with this optional U sofa here.
Yeah, definitely. It gives you so much versatility. I mean, you've got so many different seating areas with that back there, and with this, it's just brilliant.
Lots of cup holders, Tom.
Lots of cup holders, more cup holders. We like cup holders. We've got these new catches on the cupboards to lift up, and that's gas assisted, which is really nice as well. And I think that's deeper than we've seen before. I think that's probably from the extra hull height at the bow here, but that's a really easy access locker. I like that a lot. And then you've got another one of those cupboards underneath that forward section here, again with the same easy opening, hand underneath, and that's where your battery charger is located, manual bilge and bits and pieces like that.
Love that stainless steel anchor.
Yeah, the anchor's nice, and then even in the anchor locker with the cushion on top there, you've got, I don't know if you can just open it, Steve, but you've got the catch through the cup holder. Did you just
so cool to put your hand in a cup holder?
Really good,
really good.
And that's a really deep space. You could easily get a couple of lines in there, and probably even a couple of fenders. I'll just lift up this another really important feature is this multi-cabin. This really has transformed this boat, hasn't it, into potentially a 2-cabin boat. The multi-cabin is standard on the 29, so this is always here, but then you can also have an aft cabin, so in theory you could sleep 4 people on this boat. To access cabin's really easy. I love this step, the way it's been designed. It's a really nice, clever piece of design work.
There are some upgrades in there, remember, so all of these things aren't standard, but the actual space and the toilet, amazing.
Got lovely lighting in here, so if you are here in the evening, then you've got sort of subtle lighting, but also overhead lighting, which is really nice. And this step itself actually unfolds, and it fills then this area in with the cushion. And I think that's one of those pieces that someone's really put some thought into that. I really like it. And then to access the toilets, really straightforward. That just lifts up. You've got the toilet underneath with the buttons as you've seen before, and then in order to wash your hands, really nicely designed sink, which just drains aft into a gully at the back there, and that's again a really nice feature.
Look at the thickness of the fiberglass. Yeah. It really does help you understand how these boats can go so fast and why people love them.
Yeah,
because they are built to a high standard.
So there's a couple of different options with this table. You can have it in this location here, which is great for dining, reading a bit of paper, doing a bit of work even in the morning if you want to.
Doing work, Tom, on a boat?
We've all got to do work occasionally, even me.
Do you do work?
Sometimes. In addition to this setup, you can actually put the short legs on, which are stored in this cupboard here, and then by putting the short legs on, this goes down, and then this creates the option to have this as an infill section for a sun pad.
Yeah.
In addition to that, you can actually put the short legs on, move it back to that other locator on the floor there and make that forward-facing seat almost into like a daybed, so you can put your feet up.
Really?
And I think that's a really nice idea because you could sit there facing forward when you're cruising. Because you
can imagine sitting here underway.
Yeah.
So you've got your back against this cushion. Feet up, reading a book, as you say.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So we really hope you've enjoyed watching this 29 Suntop video. If you haven't already checked it out and seen our 29 cross cabin, please go and have a look at that one as well, because that's another great video. We really do hope you like the content. We've got lots of really exciting content for you to come in 2024. If you'd like to see anything in particular, please let us know. And yes, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and even drop us a comment. We'd be very, very grateful. So thank you very much for watching.
Thank you, guys.